Good evening to you. I'm Chris May.
And I'm Susan Barnett. Tonight, former CBS 3 anchor Larry Mendte facing a felony by the U.S. Attorney's Office. We are getting a first look at what prosecutors say forms the basis for that charge against Mendte. This afternoon, the U.S. Attorney announced that Larry Mendte is being charged with a felony in a computer tampering investigation involving former co-anchor Alicia Lane. CBS 3's Walt Hunter is in the CBS 3 News Center with details. Walt.
Well, Susan, federal prosecutors in this information claim former CBS 3 anchor Larry Mendte illegally accessed the email accounts of his co-anchor, Alicia Lane, more than 500 times, going back as far as March of 2006. Prosecutors say by leaking what he found to a newspaper reporter, Mendte hoped to damage legal cases in which Lane was involved.
Prosecutors claim former CBS 3 anchor Larry Mendte, in their words, intentionally accessed email accounts of former CBS 3 co-anchor Alicia Lane without authorization and intentionally exceeded authorized access to computers at KYW, all in an attempt to discredit Lane.
This case is no different than someone stealing your locked briefcase with confidential attorney-client information, prying it open, and helping themselves to the contents.
Specifically, prosecutors claim Mendte, from computers at his home, his vacation home, and at KYW TV, accessed Lane's personal emails hundreds of times, going back as far as March 2006.
The defendant here is charged with a systematic pattern of intrusion that included not a dozen incidents, not 100 incidents, but hundreds of incidents, more than 500 separate intrusions.
The U.S. Attorney says Mendte downloaded confidential emails between Lane and her attorney, including client-attorney emails concerning legal strategies they plan to use following Lane's arrest last December for allegedly assaulting a New York police officer. The information in Lane's client-attorney emails and others was then allegedly leaked by Mendte to a newspaper reporter.
We allege that the defendant leaked that information in an attempt to undermine his former colleagues' ongoing legal cases.
Mente's attorney responded, "The information filed today should not come as a surprise to anyone. As we continually have said from day one, Larry has been cooperating fully with the investigators. He continues to cooperate and will accept full responsibility for his actions."
Mendte is expected to surrender for arraignment and processing in 2 weeks, and following his expected guilty plea, the judge will then set a date for sentencing. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, under federal sentencing guidelines, Mendte is likely to face a sentence between 0 and 6 months in prison. As to the charges originally filed against Lane in February at a court hearing in New York, those charges were reduced and will be dismissed if Lane is not arrested again during the 6 months following that hearing. In the News Center, Walt Hunter, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.